Hello friends, welcome back to the studio. In case this is your first time here, my name's Heather and I'm the owner of a bookish small business called Charming Chapters, and I make digital downloads and reading accessories for book lovers. In this week's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to make stickers. If you've been following the page for a while, you'll know that I carry all kinds of stickers. So today I'm going to show you all the different tools and supplies that I use to make those, and we're going to make both holographic and regular vinyl stickers that you can sell in your shop or just make for yourself if you like to decorate different reading accessories. But before we get into the actual making part, we're going to talk about some of the supplies that you're going to need. To start off with, we're going to need to print our stickers. So in today's video, we are going to be using my Epson Eco Tank 2850. It does have the refillable ink where you don't need the individual cartridges. I absolutely love it. I've only filled a couple times a year, which is great because I constantly go through ink, but it holds a ton of ink and doesn't waste at the same time. So if you are looking for something that is very functional and very cost effective, I highly recommend the Epson Eco Tank 2850. The only thing I've noticed with this printer is it doesn't do well with thicker material. So if you're looking for a really thick cardstock for printing heavy duty bookmarks and things like that, this is not the printer for you. But if you're looking for something like for printing stickers or e-reader inserts or just everyday around the office printer, I highly recommend this one. It'll save you a ton of money on just ink alone. And of course, we're going to need some paper to print our stickers on. I use the HTV Ront paper. They offer both a glossy and a matte option. I have both in the studio here. It just depends what I'm making them for. For the stickers that I sell for the customers, I use the glossy paper, whereas for packing stickers, where I put them on different orders or just different things around the office here, I prefer the matte version. But they do make a whole bunch of different kinds of paper for stickers, so definitely check them out. They're very cost effective and very nice material too. The glossy paper that we're going to be using today is also waterproof, which is really nice if you have customers that like to stick them on water bottles and different things. Like I said, they offer quite a few different paper options, so you want to figure out which works best for you and for your customers and for the projects that you're making. And for cutting our stickers, we're going to be using my Silhouette Cameo 5. I do have the pink version, of course. I had to have the pink to match the studio, but they do offer quite a few different color options as well. We're also going to be using a cutting mat, of course, that way we can cut those stickers. And then we're also going to be using a squeegee to apply the holographic vinyl onto the sticker paper. And we're also going to be using a roller to press the sticker paper onto our cutting mat. For all of the supplies and tools that I'm going to be using in today's video, I'll leave a link down below for my Amazon storefront where you can find all of those supplies and more and different things that I use around the studio here too. So if you're looking for any recommendations on different products and things like that, like I said, it'll be down below for you guys. Making vinyl stickers for your shop is so easy. I definitely recommend making your own if you're just starting out a small business. That way you're not investing a bunch of money into different products that are just sitting there. And especially if you're wanting to try out a few different designs or styles and finding out what your customers like too, making them yourself is a great way to start out without spending a bunch of money. First off, we're going to make some stickers that I'm going to use for packing orders. So I'm going to show you how I lay them out in the Silhouette Studio program. This is the program that we're going to be using that communicates with both my printer and my Cameo so that we can make the stickers. So first we're going to start off by making those packing stickers, and then I'm going to show you how I make stickers that I offer for my customers as well. When you first open up the Silhouette Studio program, it's going to show you a blank page. So first we're going to start by setting up the cut line so we know the space that we have to set up our different graphics within the cutting space. So first we're going to go over on the right hand side. There's a button that says print and cut. So we're going to click that, and then we are going to click on the button that says enable a registration marks. As you can see, it adds a box, and this is the space that the Cameo knows to cut within. And it does have quite a bit of extra space around the outside. For this project, we are going to change the inset, move it all the way down. That gives us a little bit more space that we can use to cut the stickers. From there, we're going to close out this window, and then we're going to bring in the clip art that we're going to use. In this case, we are just going to be using a sticker that I had made up in Canva, and we're going to drag it over to our page here. Close this out to give us a little bit more space. As you can see, it is taking up the whole page and more. So we are going to make that a little bit smaller. If you click on the image itself, it'll show you the height and width that it currently is. In this case, we're going to make 2-inch stickers. So I'm going to change the width to 2 inches and hit enter. And it makes it quite a bit smaller. And you can adjust either the width or the height, just depending on what you're wanting to adjust. In this case, it was a circle sticker, so it didn't really matter if I changed the height or the width. And then from here, we are going to do a whole bunch of copying and pasting. That way we can get a whole bunch of these on the page here. So I'm going to move it to the very top corner. Then I'm going to copy that clip art using my keyboard here. And from there, we're going to paste it. We're going to squeeze as many of these on the page as we can. I do like to copy and paste more than one at a time. It just makes things a whole lot easier. So we are just going to squeeze as many on the page as we can. All right, so that's as many as we're going to be able to fit on the page. If you're like me and don't like to waste things, if you have different stickers or different projects that you can add on to the different sides here, it'll just save you from wasting paper down the road. A lot of people also save this extra paper and they take stamps and they'll use that for different freebie orders too. That's something I haven't done before, but maybe that's something we can do in the future. But in this case, we're just going to print the stickers that do fit on the page here. I also did already set up a page with some dragon stickers that we're going to print out as well. The printing settings are going to be both the same for these. We're going to print them both on our glossy sticker paper. So from here, we are going to go to our printer. As you can see, it'll show you a little preview on the screen here. Then we are going to go to print. Make sure you have the printer selected if you have more than one printer at home. Here in the studio, I have just the one. And then we want our portrait. We're going to just do one copy. But under more settings, this is where we're going to change our printer settings. So we're going to click more settings. And then here we're going to make sure we have it on portrait as well. But we are going to change the paper type. We're using a sticker paper, so we need to adjust that to match our sticker paper. In this case, we are going to go down to Premium Photo Paper Glossy. And we're going to change our quality of printing to high. And that just adds a little bit more detail. It goes quite a bit slower when it's printing. It just makes everything so much nicer. And then from there, we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to hit print. But before we do that, we need to get our printer set up with sticker paper too. So we're going to do that real quick. First, we're going to switch out our printer paper. We're going to remove our regular paper. And then we're going to insert our HTV Ront paper. We're going to put our glossy side up. And then I like to close my lid. It just helps with the rolling. And as you can see, a little notification is going to pop up on our printer here. And this is saying that our paper has changed, so we need to change our settings. So we're going to go down to Change Paper Settings. We are still keeping our letter size paper, so we're going to leave that alone. We're going to hit OK. But we are changing our paper type. We're going to switch this to our Premium Glossy setting. So we're just going to arrow over until we find that. Premium Glossy. And then we're going to hit OK. And we're going to hit OK again. It's just saying that everything has been switched. And now we can hit print on our computer. Here are our dragon stickers, and those turn out so cute. So next we're going to print out those Charming Chapter logo stickers the exact same way, and then we'll move on to cutting them. And here are those. So next we're going to work on getting everything set up so that we can send the cutting information over to the silhouette and start cutting all the stickers. There are different ways to cut your stickers. Some people prefer to cut right around the edge of the design. In this case, we are going to do that with our Charming Chapters logo stickers. But then other people like to also have a little bit of a border around the outside. I'm going to show you how to do that as well with the dragon stickers. To add a little bit of border around their sticker, first we're going to go over to this button on the right hand side that says Trace. And from there, we're going to click Select Trace Area. And we're just going to draw a big box around the outside of our stickers here. And then from there, we're going to click on Trace Outer Edge. And it'll be really hard to see, but it'll leave a red mark around the outside of the edge of the different clip art that you use. And then from there, we're going to go down to the bottom on the right-hand side here where it says Offset. And then as you can see, it still has all of these selected. So we need to click on just one of them, and then you'll be able to see where it lets you pick the offset option. So we're going to click on Offset. Then from here, you can adjust the amount of the white around the outside of your sticker. In this case, with the Charming Chapters ones, we're gonna leave these as is. We're not gonna have a border at all on those. However, on the dragon stickers, I had already set these up. You can see on the outside here where I wanted a little bit of the white to show around the edges here. So we've got all the way around the edges on those. Now to make this easy, you can do this step before you copy and paste if it's something you're going to be using all the time. In this case, I had these already set up, so I had done just one sticker, saved that sticker as is, then I just copied it 2 more times. So that way you don't have to go and adjust the offset on each individual sticker, just do it on one, and then from there you can go and just copy and paste, save yourself some time. Okay, from here we're going to get our Cameo set up and ready to go. We are going to go to the right hand side on the screen here where it says send. And then you'll notice it hasn't connected to a machine yet, so it's currently scanning to find the machine. It takes just a moment. There we are, it shows the Cameo 5, so we're going to click on that. And then we're going to go over to the standard print settings. Then from here, we're going to switch the different settings for the stickers. I have little cheat sheets made for each of the different type of stickers that I have because they do require different settings based on the material that you're cutting. And even with adding the holographic vinyl to the stickers, that'll make a difference too. So first we're going to go down to the bottom here. As you can see, there are 2 different sets of red lines on each of these. We only want to cut the red on the outside. If we leave it as is, it's going to cut both of those lines, which we don't want that. So we're going to click on Tool 1, use the outside of the selection. So it'll cut just the outside of the stickers here. And then from there, we're going to go over and change our settings on the side here. We are going to change it to a sticker paper, and we're going to use sticker paper white. And you can see how it changed a whole bunch of different things here. We're going to leave it on auto cut, and we're going to leave it on the auto blade. For force, we're going to change this up to 16. For our speed, we're going to leave that at 8. Passes, we're going to change that to 2. And for blade depth, we are going to change that to 5. Now for you, you'll have to play around different settings. It does take a lot of practice and trial and error when you're first getting started with the different materials and the different projects that you're working on. So you'll have to find out what works best for you. These are just settings that I found that work for me and the sticker paper that I'm using, but each machine is different too, so you'll have to figure out which works best for you. Before we hit send with the Cameo, we need to get the sticker and paper added to our cutting mat, and then we'll be able to load that into the machine and start cutting everything. There are little dragon stickers. Aren't they so cute? This design will be available soon in the shop. I'm currently working on getting through all of the Halloween and fall designs, but you'll be able to download this as a PNG shortly. That way you can add that to your own collection if you're wanting to make them for any kind of projects for yourself or for your shop as well. Next, we're going to move on to our Charming Chapters logo stickers. We're going to set those up just a tiny bit differently than the dragon stickers because we are using holographic film on top of those. Since we're using the holographic film over top of our sticker paper, we just need to make a few minor changes to the settings, but overall we print them the same way. So first we're going to go to send. We're going to click use the outline of the selection just like we did last time. And our cameo is still connected. And then we're going to go to the other settings. And here's where we're going to change just a few different things. That way it cuts through the vinyl, being it's a little bit thicker. So we're going to change it from cardstock over to a holographic sticker paper. We're going to leave these settings just the same. We're going to change our force. Make sure that is 31. We want 2 passes. We want the speed to be 4 and the blade depth to be 3. Other than that, we're going to cut everything just the same way. But before we hit send, we need to get our sticker paper ready to go. We're going to put the holographic film over top, and then we'll work on cutting those stickers. Here's what those holographic stickers look like. The film just adds such a fun touch to them. Of course, Charming Chapters, I have stars in my branding, so I love to use the star holographic finish. But there are all kinds of different options out there too. There is a snowflake, there is just a rainbow finish, there are different dots and all kinds of patterns out there. So don't be afraid to try new things or switch them up for this season's and different projects that you're working on too. They just add such a fun addition to whatever kind of sticker you're making. So that is how I make all of my stickers for this shop. Of course, these are just settings that work for me. Like I mentioned earlier, you might have to play around a little bit and find out what works best for your machine and the different type of sticker paper you're using. The vinyl can make a difference. It adds additional thickness. So like I said, you'll just have to play around and see which setting works best for you. To be honest, it does get a little frustrating in the beginning if you're not sure what you're doing, but just take a moment, step back, and just adjust things here and there. You will go through a lot of different paper and materials while you're trying to figure out the different settings, but once you get it down, just make yourself a little cheat sheet like I do, and then you can just pull it out every time you're working on that particular project, and you'll have all the settings ready to go for next time. But if you guys have any questions on today's tutorial, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. You can leave a comment down below, or you can reach out to me on any social media or using my email. And if you want to see more tutorials like these in the future, I hope you subscribe to the channel and stick around and hang out with me. And as I mentioned before, you can find all the materials and tools that I use listed down below in my Amazon storefront. And like I said, if you have any questions on anything, please don't be afraid to reach out. But that's going to be it for today's tutorial. I hope you come hang out with me again next week, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.